Hello and welcome to the Tuesday, May 4th edition of the Caplow TV Daily Report, sponsored by CaplowTVBet.com. This is Mike Callahan from the Caplow TV Marketing Department. Hope you're doing well on this Tuesday morning. We are going to go over the undercard races when we take a look at the stakes recap of Kentucky Derby Day 147. Talked about the Kentucky Derby itself yesterday. Want to mention the stakes races. There were some tremendous performances on Saturday and a bunch of Grade 1 and Grade 2 events. So we'll touch upon that. We'll also take a look at the Tuesday lineup here at Caplow TV and then mention promos. And again, always want to mention this past weekend, we were able to give away over $30,000 in less than 24 hours in 3 promotions. So signing up for an account right now is advantageous to be able to take advantage of the promos, but also the sign-up bonus we have going on right now. We'll touch upon that a little bit later on when we talk about promos. But do want to mention the stakes recap and the stakes action this past weekend down at Churchill, including the Turf Classic, which was the race before the Kentucky Derby. You had Colonel Liam going in off the win streak as the favorite going into it. Colonel Liam got the lead at about mid-stretch, and Domestic Spending was able to make it a ding-dong battle down to the stretch, and it ultimately ended up being inseparable as it was a dead heat between Domestic Spending for Chad Brown, Colonel Liam for Todd Pletcher. Both get a 100 buyer, and Colonel Liam is able to increase that win streak going forward. I thought both horses ran really well, and we'll see those horses later on in the year. A little bit before that, we had Churchill Downs Stakes with Flagstaff getting the job done for John Sadler, getting a 95 buyer. In the Derby City Distaff, you had Gamine making her 4-year-old seasonal debut for Bob Baffert. She's a horse, obviously, last year, a lot of attention, eye-popping speed. She did exactly that, went to the lead, and was able to win easy, getting a 99 buyer, again, in her 4-year-old seasonal debut. In the Pat Day Mile, you had Jackie's Warrior for Steve Asmussen, able to hang on, getting a 91 buyer. But I think it was better than it looks than that 91. Jackie's Warrior was able to go out and set some blistering fractions and hang on against Dream Shake. I thought both those horses ran really well. And when you're considering the Kentucky Derby just ran, you may see some 3-year-olds sort of go off that course of 3-year-old stakes action. Jackie's Warrior may be a horse that sort of puts his name into the mix now off that win in the Pat Day Mile. And then a little bit earlier on, you had the Churchill Downs Distaff Turf Mile, with Blowout getting the job done for Chad Brown, getting a 95 buyer. And also want to mention the Kentucky Oaks, which was the highlight on Friday with Malathot, who went off as the favorite, got a 95 buyer for Todd Pletcher and John Velasquez. An unbelievable weekend for Johnny V, who wins not only the Kentucky Oaks, but also the Kentucky Derby. So a huge weekend for John Velasquez. But also Malathot, who was touted very highly by many going into that race, still undefeated. There is the potential that while she's clearly the leader right now in the 3-year-old fillies division, she may end up potentially making a stab and taking a stab against the boys later on. We'll ultimately see how that plays out, if she does stay facing fillies only, or if she does end up facing the boys a little bit later on, potentially down the road. So will be interesting there. But it was a lot of great racing on Saturday and some big efforts on the undercard of Kentucky Derby 147. But do want to hit you with the lineup today here at Caplow TV, kicking it off at 7 o'clock with South African racing from 8 to 11. We're going to have English racing, and then we'll kick off the afternoon with Saratoga Harness at noon. They're going to have $6,100 in their jackpot pick 6 carryover. We have Monticello at 12:10, Pocono at 12:30, where they have just under 40,000 in their jackpot pick 5 carryover. So that's a pool that's starting to increase. You may want to take a shot at that. Belterra at 12:35, Thistle Downs at 12:50, Parks at 12:55, Finger Lakes at 1:10. They have a little over $1,200 left over in their pick 6 carryover. So take advantage of that. Fairmont's going to start at 2 o'clock. Will Rogers at 2 o'clock as well. You'll have Indiana Grant at 2:25. You'll have Louisiana at 3:45. Harrington at 4:30. Northfield Park at 6 o'clock. And then you're going to have Scioto Downs at 6:15. Mountaineer will be able to get the first race at 7 o'clock, as 7:30 is the cutoff. And then Yonkers at 7:15. And then New Zealand, Japan, and Australia after midnight. And do want to mention promos here at Capital OTB. Mention giving away all the cash that we did this past weekend, over $30,000 in our Kentucky Derby promotions and Pick 5 bankroll as well. First and foremost, always want to mention our sign-up bonus, which I talked about at the beginning of the show, where you can deposit $200, wager $400, and get $200 back. It's as simple and clear as that. So take advantage of the sign-up bonus. And then also the promo is going on this week. We have a $200 Pick 4 bankroll with Seth Merrill. That's going to be online. You can sign up at capflowtv.com. 10 people will be selected to the team. So take advantage of that on Thursday, May 6th. We're going to have Prize Wheel Day on May 7th. Clubhouse Racebook, 711 Central Ave in Albany. And then on Saturday, we're going to have a double promo with a $100 online knockout challenge. And then also we're going to have a $100 trifecta challenge at the Clubhouse Racebook. And again, that's 711 Central Ave in Albany. And then we'll have another double promo day on Sunday. We're going to have a $10 Belmont track bonus, and that's for account wagers and being part of player rewards. And then we're also going to have a $100 play the board contest at the Clubhouse Racebook. And do want to mention, we do have the 3% Churchill Downs bonus going on every Churchill Downs racing day. So that's going to be Thursday through Sunday. And then also tourney bets going on as well. And that's going to be every NYRA racing day, which is Thursday through Sunday as well. So a lot going on. We just gave away a lot of money in promos this past weekend. Looking forward to it. We're also going to be setting up some action for Preakness Week coming up, as that is next Saturday and coming up quickly. So that's the agenda for this Tuesday. Till we see you again, take care.